Do you wave your terrible towel when Renegade plays? Reach for a tasty cake when JJ shouts, "He scores!" Does the sound of an F1 engine make your heart race? Doing push-ups with the Nittany Lion after a TD? Then lend us an ear, and we will share the exhilaration of Steelers football, the excitement of Flyers hockey, the nail-biting finishes of F1, and the pride when we yell, "We are Penn State." Welcome to the SteelFlyers Show, the strangest combination of sports fandom since pineapple was put on pizza. Welcome to the SteelFlyers Show. Hey, we got a great matchup for you coming up on Sunday. That's right, the Steelers and the Eagles coming up. That's right, the Battle of Pennsylvania. We're going to have it right here live for you, folks. That's right. SteelFlyers, we're going to have the game. We'll be calling the game, the Steelers and the Eagles, 1 o'clock. Catch it on YouTube. We'll be shooting out the link for that here shortly. Sure, so catch that. So I just thought I'd give a little breakdown here of the game coming up. Obviously, it's coming up here, Sunday. And we're obviously going for the Steelers here on this one. And there's quite a few reasons why, though. Let me get into some of those reasons. And the first thing I'm going to say is this. The whole mix-up with the Steelers and the Titans game, or and the Tennessee game. You know what? It is what it is. And, I'm going to go Chuck Noll on you. And I'm going to say, well, guys, we did our best, and we'll see you next week. So, we'll see you next week. And Tomlin came right out and said that he didn't really care. And, frankly, I don't either. They knew that some of these kind of things were going to happen, and I was expecting some games to be switched around and or something. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it, so you might as well just move on and deal with it. So we're going to play 13 games in a row. Okay, so our bye week was pushed up 4 weeks. Okay, but if you kind of think about it, we kind of need it now more than we do later because we have some guys a little bit banged up right now. So there was quite a few guys on the injured list on Wednesday, and then most of those guys came back to practice on Thursday, as Tomlin likes to give the veterans the Wednesday off. And this was supposed to be a bye week, air quotes, bye week, yeah. They got permission from the NFL to hold a practice on Monday because, well, they were kind of already there when they found out that the game was not going to be happening. So, what were they going to do? So they got special permissions from the league to hold practice. So that's what they did. And then they were given 3 days, I believe, off. But they had to stay in Pittsburgh, and it wasn't like a typical bye week where they usually get to leave and things of that nature, which is what I think they're allowing the players to do during their bye week for this season, which I'm not necessarily sure I like that idea. But, that's not on me, and, these guys are professionals, and they're getting paid a lot of money, and they're sitting, they're the ones that are taking the risk too. So, okay, I understand and I get it, and it kind of goes, and that's why there's no fans in the stands. However, speaking of fans in the stands, they were supposed to be allowing some fans in the stands for this game, meaning I think they were going to allow, I think because the stadium seats 65,000, I think they were going to allow maybe between 13 and 23,000. I don't know if that's still going to be the case because of the way things are going in Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's the case. The governor did come out the other day and announce that they've amended the gatherings of potentially based off of the capacity of the place. So that kind of helps things, especially with a football stadium being 65,000 and or Penn State being over 100,000. That allows them to have a certain level capacity, so they can still maintain social distancing and things of that nature. So, okay, I'm still okay with that. I'm good with that for them to. I kind of figured that they were going to be, eventually filtering fans in as things progress and as we get a handle on this virus and everything and things like that. So But one of the things I want to get into here real quick is the injury report. And we did start talking about that a little bit earlier, but the injury report did include TJ Watt. He did not practice today from a knee injury. And the other one was safety / linebacker Marcus Allen, the fellow from Penn State. They were both non-participants in practice on Thursday. The injury report that did include Marquise Pouncey, Ben Roethlisberger, Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, a bunch of those guys, they were all in full participation today in practice. And as I said, TJ Watt and Marcus Allen were the two that were not participating, and TJ Watt being the big name there because he is a very integral part to our defense and is going to be looked on for the matchup to another particular player who was also on the injury list for the Eagles, and that would be Lane Johnson. And that right there is so, and he was down with an ankle. So he did come back and practice today in a limited kind of role, but he's still going to probably be a little touchy. I mean, the fact that he's down with an ankle and that being a matchup and him being that key pivotal position there for Carson Wentz's, protection. So, that's going to be a key matchup, I think, right there. Is going to be the Pittsburgh defensive line and the Philadelphia offensive line, because the other player that they did have a couple of players that were on the injury list, and then they were full participations, and they had two players that did not practice at all today, and one of them was Alshon Jeffries, and the other one was Avonte Maddox. And so Alshon Jeffries is out with an illness, so hopefully he's feeling better. If not, they will surely miss his services for that game, because they will definitely need him going into this game here for sure. The Avonte Maddox cornerback is out with an ankle. It was not in practice today. They did have limited participation by Deshaun Jackson. He has a hamstring. Well, as I said earlier, Lane Johnson with the ankle. And then they also had Rodney McLeod. Rodney, safety, hamstring, was limited today in his practice. So, and I'm going to tell you something, guys. This is going to be a Battle of Pennsylvania, and this is going to be a hard-fought game, and I think it's going to be the battle of big plays. And I think Pittsburgh is going to have more big plays, because I think we have more of a balanced attack and less of our big-name receivers hurt or hobbling and or whatever the case is. Whereas Philadelphia kind of has that issue going on right now. Pittsburgh's going in 3-0, and Philadelphia, although top of the NFC East, is going in at 1-2-1. So Pittsburgh historically has done relatively well after their bye week. So, like I said, I'm looking for this game to be a little bit closer maybe than it should be, but I'm still looking for a Steelers victory on this one. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. I know, but I think this is going to be a really good game. It's going to be very entertaining, and we're going to see a lot of chess match going on, and that's what I think is going to happen here. So I am looking for a Steelers win on this. Sorry, Eagles fans, but that's just the way it is. I'm looking for Steelers to take a victory here on Sunday, and stay tuned, because we're going to go live for the game, and that should be really fun. And we will have, hopefully, an Eagles side to join us, right? So we'll get both sides, right? You got to have both sides. So we'll have an Eagles and we'll have a Steelers to do the game live on Sunday coming up on YouTube. Stay tuned for that. So this is Steel Flyers. Hit the like, subscribe in the comments. Let me know what you think. You can follow me right there on Twitter at SteelFlyers52. You can also check me out on my website at www.steelflyers.com. Just remember, folks, stay safe, stay strong, and hang tough.